if robots develop independent thinking? Will they break free from human control and even harm humans? According to the 3 laws of robotics established by famous science fiction writer Isaac Asimov, robots cannot harm humans and must obey them. Only when these 2 rules are not violated can they protect themselves. In 2014, a highly rated science fiction movie called Ex Machina offered a different answer, showing you through the story that the so-called 3 laws are a joke. The story begins with a programmer named Caleb. One day, he receives a mysterious email. When he opens it, he finds out that he has won the top prize in his company. As a reward, he will take a helicopter to a secluded mansion of his billionaire boss. The helicopter flies over snow-capped mountains and through canyons. After a long flight, Caleb asks the pilot how much longer it will take to reach the boss's mansion.
We've been flying over his estate for the past 2 hours.
The pilot smiles and answers. Then the helicopter drops him off on an open grassland. The pilot tells him to follow the river to reach his destination. Following the instructions, Caleb sees the mansion. Guided by an AI voice, he gets a key card on site and successfully enters the forest mansion. Inside, he meets a muscular man punching, who is the boss, Nathan. It's a bit awkward when he meets his idol for the first time. After some polite greetings, the boss shows him around the mansion. They come to Caleb's room. Looking at the enclosed space, the boss directly says that there are no windows because this is not an ordinary room, but a research base. Then he asks Caleb to sign a confidentiality agreement. Looking at the numerous confidentiality clauses, Caleb hesitates. He thought it was a luxury vacation, but it turns out he's here to be a guinea pig. But after the boss's persuasion, Caleb decides to sign. Having achieved his goal, the boss explains why he brought Caleb here.
Do you know what the Turing test is?
Yeah, I know what the Turing test is. It's when a human interacts with a computer. And if the human doesn't know they're interacting with a computer, the test is passed.
After hearing this, Caleb realizes that he's been called here for research and development. What he doesn't expect is that the boss has already invented a robot with independent consciousness. Now he just needs to conduct a 7-day artificial Turing test. Looking at the cracks on the glass, Caleb has a hunch that things are not that simple. Before he can think further, he sees an amazing sight. A female robot with a mechanical body and a human-like face appears in front of him. The face is exactly like the perfect goddess in his imagination. He can't wait to conduct the Turing test with the female robot. No matter what he asks, she answers smoothly. After the test, Caleb doesn't hide his admiration for the boss. Nathan is also very proud because if the test is successful, it means he has the ability to create life just like God, which will completely change people's perception. At night, while sleeping, Caleb accidentally sees through the monitor that Ava is sitting at the table drawing. He is extremely shocked. If the conversation during the day could be a preset program, Ava's current behavior means she has independent thinking ability. Just as he wants to keep watching, Ava turns to look at the surveillance camera, and suddenly there is a power outage. The power comes back on 2 minutes later. Nathan explains that it often happens recently and he doesn't need to worry. The next day, Caleb is woken up by the boss's personal maid for the second round of the test. As soon as they meet, Ava shows him the drawing from the previous day and says she draws every day but never knows what she's drawing. Caleb suggests she try to draw something more concrete, like a person. Ava realizes that Caleb has been studying her. She asks him unhappily if he wants to be her friend. If so, he should end this one-sided, interrogation-like conversation. With Ava's active approach, they start to have a deep conversation like normal friends. Just as they're talking about the boss, Nathan, there's another power outage in the research room.
You're wrong.
Wrong about what?
Nathan.
In what way?
He isn't your friend.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. Ava, I don't understand.
You shouldn't trust him. You shouldn't trust anything he says.
Power restored.
When the power comes back on, Ava changes her expression in an instant and returns to her previous state. At dinner, the boss asks him what happened during the 2-minute power outage. Remembering Ava's warning, Caleb is cautious and just gives a casual answer. Seeing that Caleb won't say anything, the boss decides to take him to see an amazing high-tech product. Subscribe to my channel to see what amazing things will happen next.